Hello, everyone, and welcome to Alion's Joy on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, although pretty warm where I am, and I think you might be pretty hot too because we certainly deal with some pretty warm and hot temperatures all around the globe. I hope you are making it a great day, and I'm glad to be with you today. We're going to talk a little bit about the big muscle or mind. We're going to talk a little bit about mindset, and I want to start with this little quote that says, "The mind is just like a muscle. The more you exercise or work it or do with it, the stronger it gets and the more it can expand." And that is the truth in our search for our true self, right? So, welcome today. This show is all about joy and all about seeking a little bit deeper, finding ourselves, talking about our purpose, discussing things that are coming in life at you as you can grow and learn from it. And it doesn't mean that you really have to change things, but we all like to grow and gain some knowledge and know a little bit more and come to the place of wisdom and feeling good in our skin, right? And I'll help people with that in my practice. I have a private practice as a life coach, and I also help people at an addiction facility with finding their true self, dealing with the past, dealing with trauma, dealing with pain, grief, anything and everything that we are going through as people, and coming out on the other side a better person, and coming out and trying to find a way to better, deal with things that are coming at us. I always say life will not keep coming at you. You just get better at it. Seriously. And that is the truth. So we have to kind of do that um, for ourselves, just grow and do the work. Now we don't always want to do the work for it. So that is one of the little things that we have to deal with. That is a challenge in life. But I remember in the past that nobody told me that it was just a matter of mind and a matter of mindset, and that I could change it and I could train my little noodle up here. I could train my minds to be in a better space and not always have the same reaction to things. If I work with my patients or if I work with my clients, a lot of times I see that we have the same reactions and we have the same reaction patterns. And I did that in the past as well. And I wasn't always sure where that came from because I knew that that was something that, I just did. Things were just like they were. And I was doing the same things to try to make it better. There was a lot of times that I didn't really come out on the winning side. There was a lot of times that I didn't really understood that had caused the same damage to myself, and that that was not a really good place to be. That I had a repetitive pattern of reacting to situations that were not really good for me either. So I want to talk a little bit about that today, how we can get more into a positive mindset, into a mindset of positive thinking, into a mindset of planning and going forwards. Planning is a really good way of asking your higher power if that is something that would be reasonable to manifest for you, right? In other words, if you plan your life a little bit ahead, if you have a good sense of what you would like to see and where you would like to be, then then of course we know that our higher power is already in control. But it doesn't harm really to be a step ahead and say, well, in my case, God, this is what I would love to see happen in my life because I get so excited about this job, or I get so excited about this work that I do, or I am so super excited about this relationship. I would like it to go further. I would like it to go, into something more serious, for instance. Or I would like to see my family grow into a certain way that we are in a better place all together. And if we ask that, we kind of write a little note to God, a little note to our higher power, then you'll find the answers. You really get the answers. You don't get them always in your time, you know that, right? But you really get the answers of the things that you would like to manifest. if they're reasonable, if they are beyond reasonable doubt, I mean, possible, right? I'm not going to be obviously an airline pilot tomorrow, nor an ocean deep sea diver. But if I ask for things where I really want to see progress, progression in my life, then I can plan that. If it's really something that could not or would not be good for me, I will find out. I am sure of that. I will find out. And otherwise, it will manifest. I use it as one of the things with my patients to discuss anxiety. We all have this anxiety. We all have this stress, daily stress that comes at us. We all start wondering and worrying about what about tomorrow? What am I going to do? What if, what if? And if we are overwhelmed by that anxiety, one of the really good things to be less anxious, be less stressed out, is to work through that anxiety by planning a little bit ahead. And of course, I always talk about exercise or movement right in the first place. And I always talk about getting into creating a ritual or creating me time, creating time for meditation and reflection and mindfulness, because that will calm you down, that will get you away from that anxiety, back into the now, back into the moment where you need to be in that attitude of gratitude. And then I always say, please start planning. And I repeat that many, many times. It's one of my Elion things, right? I repeat that many times to you as well, and to my clients and to my patients. I know what you don't want, but now tell me what you do want. And really just go from there, see yourself ahead, see yourself in a better place, see yourself. But how does it look like? Describe it to me. Describe to me what you would like to see, where you would like to be. You have to be able to manifest and visualize it like a vision board, right? Many times we do vision boards. And so we can get our mindset a little bit out of that negative thinking into something that we would love to see come to fruition. And if that is the case, then you will have no regrets about the past. You will have no regrets about the things that you have been through, that you feel so guilty and shameful about. You can let that go. Those are big and huge emotions that we all constantly struggle with. Letting go of the past, not having regrets, and letting go of the past and just kind of like stay in the moment and then plan forward is a really, really, really enlightening and important thing to do. It's understandable that we have a doubt. It's understandable that we are mad at ourselves and deal with guilt when it comes to the things that we have done. It's understandable that we are ashamed and that we sometimes are not proud of the things we said or did to others, right? Or did to ourselves even, that are like, whoa, I didn't know I could act that way. So if we want to get away from that and let go of these emotions and get out of that a little bit, we have to start coming into a place where we just can be in the now and just don't deal with those regrets anymore. No regrets. Learning to stay in the moment, learning to leave the past behind. This is not an easy thing to say, but most of us are willing to go there. Most of us are seekers. Most of us do want to go to that place to where we are feeling a little bit more secure, feeling a little bit in a better spot, feeling a little bit happier overall. And remember, happiness can also be determined by people, places, events. Come to that happy, joyful, deeper sense of peace inside. What do you do to get to that place to where you are not scared anymore? That's what we're talking about today. We can leave the past and the regrets behind by training and exercising our minds into a different thinking. We talk about that all the time. That's kind of what I love. That's kind of what I love to talk about because I did it. I came to that place from expectation to transformation, like I always say. I came to that place of letting go and not be worried about anymore of the what would have happened or what if I still would have been there? Or um, what did I do? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Well, I can't change that anymore. So I need to come to a different mindset. I need to start preparing I need to perform different, and I need to come to that place where I can persevere. That is really, really important and so good for you. How do you view all these challenges ahead? How do we come into a more positive mindset? Let's go there and let's go from a fixed mindset that we have to a grow mindset, a growth mindset. How do we get there? Let's say we have a fixed mindset. How do you view challenges that are coming at you? Are you going to embrace them or are you going to avoid them and fear them and not be willing to do anything with it, right? If that is the case, then you are still in that fixed mindset. And we want you to come to a place of embracing challenges and see them as a good thing to work with. Just something exciting. It might not be easy. It might not it might be difficult. Or you might struggle. You might have hardship, but you already know it's better on the other side. So how do you view challenges? Number one, by embracing those challenges. And just not avoiding them and fearing them, right? Into the growth mindset. The second thing, the second one, to come from a fixed mindset to a mindset of growth is, well, let's say, how do you view obstacles and efforts? And do you give up easily? If that is the case, then you're still in a fixed mindset. How do you view obstacles? Well, I give up easy. That is a fixed mindset. You are still not open to let go and grow, right? How do you come to that growth mindset? By saying, I'm going to be persistent about it. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to overcome. I'm going to take this challenge on. I know I can win. I know I can do it. I know I can be there. Let's say the third one. How do you view criticism? Ouch! I wasn't really, really, really very good at that. How do you view criticism? I was scared because I wanted to be a people pleaser. In the past, many, many, many times so. I wanted to be a people pleaser. And because of that, I was scared that I wasn't and that they would reject me or maybe have criticism or and I didn't really get constructive criticism. And just because I was not in a place to ask for it, I didn't dare to ask for help. And I wasn't in a place to be open to people, to letting people in my world to share what kind of pain I had and how I could ask for help. I wasn't in that place. I wasn't in that place of reaching out and trusting others. So now I think criticism, yes, absolutely. If it comes from my loved ones, if it comes from my good friends, I just really, really, really want to seek it. I really want to learn from it. I really want people to be honest with me because I trust them to have my best interest in their mind, right? So I'm not fearing it. I'm not avoiding it anymore. I'm into a growth mindset. Let's go forwards, right? The big things that I do in my life is move, move forwards, move up. It all has a big word move, but it all comes down to mind, body, spirit thinking. So the last one is how do you view success of other people? Are you threatened by it? If you feel threatened by success of other people, then you are still in that mindset of struggling, in that mindset of a fixed mindset, right? It comes from the past. But if you find lessons and inspiration and uh, motivation in it, right? It motivates you to do better. And you see people and you find them as mentors and you see them as teachers and as guidance into a better you. Then you find those lessons and that inspiration to be in that growth mindset. So that is really important. And then with that, nonetheless, you have to overcome that imposter syndrome. And that is one of the things that I dealt with in the past, that imposter syndrome. How do you find a true mentor that gives honest feedback, that celebrates your wins, that gives you visual reminders, that gives you lots of positive talk so that you can grow in self talk and into appreciating yourself? And that motivates you or that inspires you to be motivated to change inaction into action. That's where we want to go. We want to be proactive, right? That's the word I was looking for. We want to be proactive. You don't want to sit back and wait because remember, I always laugh. The boat went by 3 times and I missed it, certainly in the past. So, how do you get to that place of where you can see that? And an improved mindset does not make you feel threatened and does not make you feel bad about copying because if somebody copies me, I see that as a compliment and not as somebody who wants to take everything away from me. Fine. I'm happy that you took that. I'm happy that you mastered that thought. I'm happy that you are doing these exercises, that you are actually doing that with me. I'm so happy about that. So I start seeing feedback as a gift, right? And failure. True failure is feedback to yourself. You just have to adopt that not yet mentality. I'm almost there, not yet, almost there. Not looking backwards, but knowing that you are working that mindset, that you're almost there, that you're trying to understand, that you're starting to see how you can change your narrative. How can you be intentional about what you want? How can you perform better? How can you just set more plans and goals for yourself and get to that vision, right? How can you persevere? So we want to be prepared for the things that are coming at us, and we can only do that by putting our own minds to being in control with your higher power, with the universe, being in control of what you like the outcome to be. Okay? And so we have to perform a little bit towards that. So we have to be more proactive and persevere doing these things. Perseverance is such a big thing. Perseverance really means that we are in a good mindset to be able to get there. We're going to struggle through our hardship. We're not going to give up. We know that it might be difficult, but we're going to find our true self and we're going to keep searching for where we need to be. We're going to keep searching for that enlightenment, that feeling of wholeness, right? We really want to go there. If we are in our comfort zone, we kind of stay stuck there. Slowly, if we are more willing to learn, first it feels like a fear zone, right? That's what we call that in clinical terms. We call the fear zone where the ones where you get like, oh my gosh, if it doesn't go well, what am I gonna do? um, I'm just scared to make these changes because it's really going to make, it's going to affect a lot of people around me as well. But then ultimately, when you come into the learning zone, you really start feeling more comfortable, and you start implementing the things that you see. You start implementing the things that are coming to you. You start implementing dealing with challenges and problems. You start extending your comfort zone. You really start acquiring new skills. And then ultimately, when you come to that growth zone, from being stuck in that comfort zone to that growth zone, then you find your purpose and you're living your dreams. You're always setting new goals and you always know your objectives, and that is so important that you get to that place. So it is a little bit of a spiritual journey that we talked about that last week extensively, right? Why not go deep diving? Why not read? Why not learn? Why not take on new challenges? Why not become more aware of the sharks around us, right? Why not see red flags if you know already that people are giving you a true compliment, or if they're not being nice because they have nothing else to do, right? Remember, if you grow, you don't have to change. But if you grow into a stronger warrior mindset, you train that muscle into different thinking. You become more aware of the things that you can do instead of the things that are holding you and that are putting you back. Then you're open to so much more excitement. And people might not always understand that. Sometimes it comes from a place of jealousy. Sometimes it comes from a place of just wanting you to be in that situation where you are not so empowered as you are now. Sometimes you want to be in that place where um, or sometimes we want to keep you in that place where you were maybe controllable, manipulable. Is that even a word? Manipulate. You were easy to manipulate. We don't want that. We want to have a partnership with people. We want to have a partnership with our loved ones. We want to work through things together and have a mutual understanding and respect for each other. And if that is not there, then you are very likely to give your power away to somebody. That would be a shark situation. Somebody who is not want the very best in your development for you. And a thing that really helps, that always helps me, is to record things. And recording things and writing things down and journaling is such a spiritual thing. It's such a black and white experience where you can see that you have actually learned and you're starting to implement these things and you're starting to see where you need to be. You start to become aware of your own growth and actually kind of feel stronger and get excited about it, right? So our hardship is still there. Life comes still at you, but you are getting better at it. And you feel that. You feel that you start to think like a trooper. It is this thing with athletes or with people that are famous and have a lot of not a lot on their plate. We won't even want that. But how do they persevere? How do they get through it when they also fail? Let's say athletes, right? What about a horrible day in pro golf? Phil Nicholson really literally just said, "Hey, it was a day of failure, but I learned from it and I'm coming out stronger on the other side." Don't you want that mindset of just being able to kind of feel blah for a little bit, but then it's like, all right, okay, tomorrow's going to be a better day. And remember, I did that show about today is the day, where you just have this feeling that it is going to happen. You're going to call it down. You are into this mindset of, yes, something amazing is going to come at me. It might be just an amazing bowl of ice cream with a friend. It might be just an amazing conversation. It might be just an amazing cup of coffee with a loved one. It might be just an amazing thing that happens in your career where you get that promotion or you get a new challenge that you really love, right? But record it and see your own accomplishments, because working through and with your own accomplishments is so amazing to be able to look back and see, oh, I did come far, right? And you're going to integrate and embody everything you are. You're going to be just feel better physically, and you're going to embody and integrate your spirituality to come to a better place. So, to recap that, we just really want to go through these things of knowing that we don't have regrets about what we are doing, but from now on, plan it and be in control of it and see everything more as a challenge, as a fun thing, so that you can just enjoy the outcome. And even if you know it's not always what you want, then you know that this is what we had to go through because you know that the outcome is so much better already. So then we don't have to go back to what I talked about a couple of months ago about those big regrets, right? I wish I would have stayed in touch with my friends. I wish I would have not worked so hard. But I wish I wouldn't have worked so hard. But I wish that I would have been more true to myself, the things that I really want to see, the things that I really wanted for myself. I wish that I would have found that purpose. I wish that I would have expressed myself in a better way and learned to communicate in a better way. So if you do that and you are able to do that, then you're not bothered during the day by regrets. You're not sitting there thinking, oh well, duh, I shouldn't have, wouldn't have, all that stuff. Let's try to exercise or take on this exercise, just not think any negative thoughts or words, use words, negative thoughts, or use negative words for 24 hours. Let's try that. And if you do, like you'll say, oh, I'll never have that, then find yourself doing it. right? Creating that awareness is so big in this journey that you and me are taken together. Creating that awareness, like, oops, I just did it. I just said something negative, or you thought something really negative, or I thought that I could never have it, or it never would become the person that I could be. I would never get to that finish line. It's always been bad. It's always been difficult. I get it. I'm not saying that I'm not taking you serious, but I know that so many times we have been able to change our thinking into a more positive realm, into a more happy, peaceful state of mind, where you can have the things that you are calling down, where you can have the things that you long for, because you are creating it. You are creating it. It would be a wonderful, amazing place to leave the past and the regrets behind and just become all about well care and joy and sharing and caring for people, right? That's what we do here. Win Win Women TV. We care, we connect, we collaborate together. So stay after the show if you're just wanting to have just a great, fun conversation. And we're just gonna, you know, rat it out together. Just, have a really, really good in-depth conversation. So many times after the show, I enjoy that. Um, Give me feedback. It's all here on winwinwomen.tv, and it's all on my website, elianhaan.com, www.elianhaan.com. And on my website, you find all my social media links, and you find great videos about moving and great videos about moving forward, like today, and great videos about moving up beyond expectation into your amazing, full of dreams realm where you can bring that to a reality. So I want you to go there. I want you to get there with me. I want you to reach out. Please do if you have questions. And please like my YouTube site and subscribe to it and give me some kudos or give me some feedback. Or, like I asked for it, some wonderful positive criticism, right? So that I can go forward, maybe with another pair of glasses, right? Maybe another color, all that good stuff. I love it. I love being here. I love doing what I do. I love being with you today. And I love that you did visit with me. It is so good to see you. I love the channel here on Win Win Women TV, the things that we do together, the amazing friends that I made, and the amazing women that I can surround myself with. Wisdom, so much wisdom, so much fun and joy, the things that we do together. So thank you. Thank you so much for coming to Elian's Joy today. And I hope that I gave you a little bit of joy and a huge smile on your face and something to look forward to. And don't forget, do ask and do reach out if you do not find yourself in that place, if you do not understand what kind of muscle we have to work out today. It was the mind. Remember, we were exercising the mind. That muscle, if it's worked, if we work it, if we work it out, then it can grow and it can become stronger. That's how I started today, and that's what the thought that I'm going to leave you with today on the Win Win Women. Elian's Joy, www.elianhaan.com. Take a deep breath and let it all go. And let's move up. Let's move forward. Let's move. Thank you so much. Namaste. I look forward to see you next week. Yes.